On the show today, we talk about masculine and feminine energy. Men and women in dreams will be our symbols. And as always, we interpret the dreams and answer the questions you sent in during the week. Welcome to So You Think You're Awake, the show about dreams, guidance, and healing. I'm Susan Pullen, life coach and shamanic healer, and with me in studio is Michael Sheridan, our dream expert.
Hello.
Heidi Brooke can't be with us today, but she will be back next week. Thanks to everyone who sent dreams in this week to radioshow@dream-analysis.com. Please continue to send them in, as we always need them and want them for the show. And if you didn't have a chance to send one in, but you want us to interpret your dream or answer your question this morning, you can give us a call at 425-373-5527. And we'll analyze your dream, or you can call with questions for me about healing and changing old patterns in your life. So, Michael, we had a change to our show archives.
That's right. And nearly didn't even say it on the last show. So we are no longer on SoundCloud. So if you're listening to us on SoundCloud, you're a liar. No, you can't. So really, this should have been on the last archive of the SoundCloud one. So we are now available on iTunes and Google Play. So you can subscribe to us on those, on your iPhone or any Android device, or even on the web with Google Play. So we're covered better than before. We still have the archives on YouTube. So every show we've ever done is available on all the archives up until now, and you can get those on dream-analysis.com. There's a button on there for radio, and on that you can get the connection for all the different archive formats.
Great.
I was going to say I got one of my people to do it, and then it's great being schizophrenic, because you can do that and then say that with comfort, but really it's not that. It's I'm the organ grinder, but I'm also dressed up as the monkey sometimes. Yeah. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's the joy of being an entrepreneur. So you and I were just talking about a dream before the show started, and we thought we might talk about it first.
Yes, because we didn't get to finish it, really, but it was an interesting one. All dreams are interesting, and Susan and I share a deep passion for dreams, obviously. But this one is from Maddie, and she says, I recently found your show and I love it. I've been listening to the archives and started a dream journal. This is my dream from August 27th, and it's called Coat Closet. So this is a dream somebody sent in just a few days ago, so please send your dreams in. It does work. She says, I'm in my house with a friend, but I don't actually see her. I'm going to do some laundry and take some coats and clothes off a hook on a door and put them in a laundry basket. I immediately start hanging them up in the coat closet because they are now clean. The first one I pick up is my green sweatshirt that has paint on it, and hang it up in the middle of the closet. The second one is my fluffy yellow winter coat, and it is shining so brightly. I hang that one up as well, and it is just really illuminating the closet. The closet is well organised, lined with coats. I tell my friend that another friend is coming. She may or may not come, I think maybe due to the weather. I say it's okay either way, but then I add, there's really no reason why she shouldn't come because she has a new car. And then she says, note, the green and yellow coat are mine, but since it is summer and 90 plus degrees here, I haven't thought about them in a long time. And she's writing to us from Missouri. So, so when we were looking at the dream, I asked Susan to confirm that it was about having a baby. And
then what I saw in the dream, what stood out for me was something different. So we thought it might be interesting to talk about this on the air, so you can get kind of a glimpse into our process and our thoughts about dreams. And of course, every dream has more than one level of meaning. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And you go for the easy ones, or you go for the ones that are more, the more prominent thing in the dream. But yeah, you can spend a long time looking at every dream, looking at the different levels, and it can be very interesting to do that. And we've done that on the show, haven't we? I'm pretty sure we have taken a dream and looked at it. We did. I remember now. Yeah, we definitely took a dream.
It's been a while though.
Yeah, I might do it again.
Yeah.
So the reason I said reproductive system here is because we have the closet that I presume is in the hallway, the coat closet, And that's a very typical symbol for the reproductive system in a dream. But then organizing it, she says it's very well organized, and organizing things or sorting things out is a very common thing in dreams to do with the reproductive system. And the reason for that is there is so many biological processes involved that have to be absolutely on point and working perfectly in the reproductive cycle, a woman's reproductive cycle, for conception to occur. So this being organized and things being in their place and happening at the right time is very big. So the organization as well as the other things is there. So that's why I asked Susan that. And Susan was immediately looking at a different theme, which was...
Well, what stood out for me immediately in reading this dream was the green sweatshirt in the middle, how she places the green sweatshirt in the middle of the closet. And that for me, the green sweatshirt felt more like heart, more like emotions, and making that more central, and the self-protective theme with coats.
Yes. So coats they're not a good symbol in dreams because they mean that you're protecting yourself, you're on your guard.
Yeah. And she clearly has a very strong mind. She's clearly very bright.
Very bright.
She has this yellow coat.
Yellow is a colour for intellect. But it being very bright is really good. So this person not only is a very smart cookie, but I think she kind of hides it. You know, she doesn't probably let you know straight away, but she'll win any argument she wants to win. And even if she doesn't, she's still out-thought you. Out-thunk. But anyway, yeah, so she's got that, and she has the coats, but she cleans them. She takes them off the hook. So in the dream, she's got them at the door, presumably the door for going outside. So it's like when she goes out, or her outward appearance, she's already got this protective mechanism on, and she can afford to have it because she's very clever. So she's ready with a formidable arsenal to take down anything that she would perceive as a threat. But she takes them off the hook and cleans them and then puts them in the closet. So it's saying that she's taken her guard down, and that's really, really good in a dream.
Yes.
So while coats aren't, this is really fantastic. And we're going to take some credit for it because this dream is after listening to the show, which is always about, being on your guard is no good. You got to take risks. You got to do the things. And here, because they're immediately clean, it's good. She doesn't actually have to take them to a washing machine or anything like that. And a basket as well is also about the reproductive system. So she's got a number of things here.
Yes.
And then she says her friend is coming. Or maybe her friend won't come, and if her friend doesn't come, she'll be pregnant, is the way I'm saying it. So it's so I would say she's toying with the idea of having a child or something along those lines. And prior to now, she was guarded about it, and
maybe she's coming clean about it now.
Very good, very good.
I love what she says about the yellow coat illuminating the closet.
Yes. So that means that when she wants, she can really engage because of the green as well. Green is the colour of the heart chakra. So she can bring what's called an intuitive perspective on things, or an enlightened intellect, same thing, onto anything that she wants to look at. And once she's done that once, then her perception of that has changed forever. It's an instant transformation. So she has probably done that about this subject matter. Now she's probably going to write in and say, I'm 72. We don't know these things. I don't think so though. But it's so that's part of the fun.
Yes.
And a lot of the time, of course, we will interact with the dreamer by email before the show. But in this case, no, we didn't. So
yeah. So I love the bit about the coat illuminating the closet in particular, because the closet. Now I know you're going to say it's a small space. And
with no windows.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll give you that. But it's also like often where we hide our secrets, right? And here she's bringing that gift of that intuition, that illuminating mind to brightening up the dark corners, so to speak.
Yes. Or having a child will help her do all those things too. And like she says, there's no reason her new friend shouldn't come because she has a new car. That's good in a dream as well. And then, of course, cars are the body. So having a new one this is somebody that you already know who's on the way. the friend, long lost friend. I'm not giving up on this.
No, I see that. I see that. But here, wait. This bit about her friend, she's coming or she's not coming in. Either way, it's okay.
Yes. Yes.
That to me fits with that, with the bright mind and the being able to see things from different perspectives that
and
comes along with having a strong mind.
Yeah.
That this is all right and this other is okay too. So, because she says there's no reason why she shouldn't come.
No, okay. Well, so you're saying people with strong minds have no problem with things whether they go one way or the other?
No, I'm not saying that.
What if Trump gets elected, for instance?
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that that in some cases people are able to use their intellect in that way.
Of course.
Yep.
I'm just messing.
Yep. So I think this dream actually ties in nicely with our theme today of masculine and feminine energy, which is a very popular theme in dreams. We see it. It's
in every single dream. Yeah. I mean, I was saying you could pretty much pick any dream at all, and you can talk about the male and female aspects revealed in the dream. So just looking at dreams that we did last week, because I know they're all clear in the listeners' minds from just a week ago.
Yes.
So we had one called Delivering the Mattress, where the person is putting a mattress in a river, and another woman, so we have female aspect there, is helping her. She's joking with another woman about putting sheets on this king-size mattress. So that is saying that the female energy is required for spiritual leadership, which is what that dream was about. And so we have a woman featuring in that dream to say, look, it's female energy. Anybody involved in the spiritual field knows it's female energy, but it can seem kind of counterintuitive to people. People mix these things up. And healing, because a lot of women are involved in healing, like there's more nurses that are in the field than men. There's more female nurses than men, for instance. So, and nurses outnumber everybody else. A lot of people think female energy is to do with healing, whereas it's male energy and so on.
Nurses outnumber everybody else?
I think they do, don't they? I mean, in any hospital, there's probably 5 times as many nurses as doctors, wouldn't there be?
Oh.
What were you thinking I was saying?
I was just clarifying.
Not everybody on the planet.
Yeah.
Women are more drawn to the healing field, but even a woman in the healing field is using male energy if they're doing spiritual healing, for instance. I probably muddied that up instead of clarifying. But anyway, what else have we got from last week's show? So we have the mattress in the river. We have a female leprechaun that had silver eyes, and the silver is the colour that represents intuition, picking things up in the dark, or a strong psychic ability. And that's also female energy, so we have it as a female in the dream. Then we have looking for my daughter. Well, dreams will often pick people we know and our own kids because that will be stronger for us to not say, I'm not bothered. Because in the dream state, we know what it is. We know what the dream is about. We know what we're being asked to do. And if the female is represented, our female energy is represented by our daughters, then we also have the thing of, oh, well, I don't want my own kid to go through this, so I'm going to sort this out, and I'm actually going to respond positively in the dream. So, but it's still about finding female energy. Then we had a man who was arrested and in a wheelchair. So that's obviously about male energy. And then in the wheelchair is saying that she is, if we take men to represent logic, as it would in her dream or thoughts, it's saying that she's mentally restricted or handicapped because of the passing of a close dear male friend. So again, male energy being logic. I don't know what I'm after hitting on my phone here now, so we have to stop it. But but that's how it works. That we can look at absolutely every single dream. What else have we got from last week? That's probably good enough. There's a few here, but yeah. So I mean, we could just pick any dream. You're right. We can pick absolutely any dream and say what is it saying about our own male and female energy. And of course, we're going to do that with some of the dreams that we look at today as well.
Yeah. And so I think we probably say this every show, but just to say it again, all of us have both male and female energy. It's not, it has nothing to do with our physical equipment, so to speak, or hormones or anything like that. It's we're all a mixture of the two, but not necessarily a balanced mixture of the two.
Yeah, we're usually skewed towards the masculine energy. And women too, but less so.
In this country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the heavy emphasis on academic achievement, which is all mental and intellectual and therefore male energy.
And it seems like a lot of the dreams that we see are encouraging restoring that balance.
Yes, they are. Asking you to move downstairs, asking you to light a fire in the fireplace, or to go into open spaces, or dreams that have lots of green. I mean, there's so many techniques that are used that, it is kind of funny that it's so prevalent in dreams, but we rarely say that. But we sometimes say, this gift works through that energy. And that's important. And of course, if you have issues with your mom, then that's most likely going to inhibit the flow of female energy within you. If you have issues with your dad, it's going to inhibit the flow of male energy within you. So knowing which energy is required to be in balance for it to work tells you quite often which parent you need to work with. And of course, the fly in the ointment there is, if your mother is very male, very masculine in her approach to life, then it could be, she could affect your own male energy. So it's never completely clean.
Yeah, yeah. So when we talk about male energy and female energy, so the female energy I think of as being more feminine. I think of as being receptive, more about receiving, and masculine energy as being more active, more action directed.
Female energy is about caring, nurturing, loving, intuition. Your philosophy of life, your inner world is all female energy. Mm-hmm. So it's very easy to spot female energy. Male energy is probably not as intuitive. And of course, intuition is female energy because it's an inside feeling. I mean, all feelings are inside, so I mean, that's very easy to connect them. But male energy is to do with your outside world stuff, like you said. So your career, feeling worthy of the space you occupy, belief in yourself, feeling supported or supporting others. That's all male energy.
Confidence.
Yeah, confidence, security, courage, assertiveness, aggression. They're all male energy. Ambition. Creativity is one that kind of throws people sometimes. But that's also male energy. But not to be confused between men and women at all.
Yeah. Well, I think we need both. Masculine and feminine for creativity.
Well, you need both for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's like male energy is kind of like there's positive and negative sides to each. So, and how you express it. So, being very selfish, for instance, would be male energy gone wrong. But then, if you look at selfishness, or somebody who's very individual, very unique, that's male energy. But the more unique somebody is, the more creative or the more individual their work tends to be, and therefore you can see how creativity and male energy merge. But it's not about our genders, it's just about how we use the energy that's flowing within us. And our creative center is also our base chakra. So, there's more than just the male energy involved in things. And our dreams are always trying to get us to have a balance. So we should really intuit things, follow our feelings, listen to our female energy. That's the one that should be in charge. That's saying, here's what you should be doing in your life. And anybody who really has a passion for something, I mean, the clue is in the word passion. That's female energy. And people who follow their passion get more done than anybody who tries to intellectualize their way through life.
Yes.
So they overcome everything. But we can use our male energy in helping us overcome things. So we use the balance, listen to our passion, follow our passion, and then use our intellect, our male energy to help us achieve the things we want to do. So it's all about balance always.
Yeah, yeah. So if we have too much, if we're too far in the female energy on the feminine side, then we might be caught in a lot of reflection and
giving too much of yourself. That would be a female energy imbalance. Giving away everything.
Yeah, and being overprotective as well, I think, can be like the smothering.
Well, it does have the word mother in it.
Right. And so along with the reflection, we need the action of the masculine. But along with the action, we need the reflection so that we're not just acting, knee-jerk reaction and not learning from it and not taking a holistic perspective.
The problem, of course, is whatever dysfunction you have, like you're saying, being overprotective, well, caring is female energy and over-caring is female energy gone wrong.
Right.
But when we're the ones doing it, we don't realize we're doing it. So it quite often takes somebody else to tell us. But then if somebody else tells us, the first thing we want to say to them is just hang on there a second till I go get a baseball bat. People don't like to be told their issues. And that's one of the funny things about, like, we have so many people writing into the show, and it's great because our dreams are going to tell us what our issues are. They don't say, hey, I just want to tell you how brilliant you are. Now, they kind of do.
They'll do some of that. They'll temper it with that.
Yeah, because they'll say, these are the abilities you have, and these are the ones that are really good, and this is the thing that you need to do with that. But yeah, in general, it's like, it's a voluntary therapy that we get every night.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we interpret them on the show and say, hey, did you know you were that messed up? Yeah. Call again.
Yeah. So. I was also thinking about the role of masculine and feminine in fairy tales and mythology, which is an interest of mine. And how, so again, like a man in a fairy tale or in a myth, it's not just talking about men, it's talking about the masculine in all of us. And so we see in stories how there's a different kind of intelligence and there's a different kind of impossible task that you face as a man or as a woman. And I think it's pretty easy. Well, I don't know. We have a lot of male hero stories.
But there are as many female hero stories too, but the women are heroes in different ways.
Right.
So the man will go through a lot of worldly experiences, but they reflect what the physiological changes that happen us in puberty, and so on. So the stories are going to be different for the man and the woman, and almost always for the man there's a major transformation, like almost like a death and rebirth. And if you think of any big story that grips us, and here's the thing, like
that's
what
true
makes
for women too.
Yes, but what makes a story grip us is that it gets us at a soul level, and we're not necessarily aware of the reasons it gets us. But the same story gets everybody, so there has to be elements into it.
Yeah.
And Joseph Campbell, who you put me onto, I mean, that was his life work, was examining the mythologies and why they're so significant, and how they don't fit today because the world has changed so much.
Well, and so I just wanted to call out the impossible task that comes up for women in fairy tales is often one of sorting. So like Eros and Psyche, or Vasilisa and the Doll, which is an old Russian story, or the older version of Cinderella, where one of her tasks is to, I think it's sort peas out of a pile of ash in the hearth. So it's this, like, there's a huge pile of something and you have to sort this tiny thing from these other tiny things.
Yeah.
Is the theme. And that's, so anyway. And it gets accomplished often through intuition rather than through strength or cunning or something like that.
And in the female stories, do the women get extra powers when they overcome whatever the obstacle is? Yeah,
they do. It's often in the intuition, in the intuitive realm. And
so there's a good one. Understanding and listening, they're female energy traits.
Yes. And I think the power of creation and the power of destruction comes up for women a lot too. And the rhythms of nature and the seasons and things like that.
I wonder why that comes up.
Right. It's not hard to imagine why. So
even I get that one.
I'm watching the clock. So we're going to take a short break. You're listening to So You Think You're Awake, and we'll be back with you in just a moment.
What if I told you that you could unlock all the secrets of your life? That you have a key that opens all the doors that seem impossible to open? A key to right now begin a new life of awareness and complete understanding. Every night you are told the secrets of the universe and your place in it. With full consciousness of what you came here to do, you embrace that knowledge. But there's a catch. The only way to keep the wisdom you've been given is to turn it into a dream so it can cross the veil into the physical world. Your dreams have all the answers to every question you've ever asked, and every question you've yet to ask. Your dreams guide you back onto the path to your enlightenment. Join me, Michael Sheridan,
and me, Heidi Brooke,
on our interactive online course as we guide you through your dreams and help you to begin a new level of awareness. Over the course of just 6 weeks, I will interpret your dreams,
and I will channel your guides,
and we guarantee to put you back on your path. Visit us at dreamtrackersguide.com to contact us or learn more. That's dreamtrackersguide.com.
Hello, this is Heidi. How can I help you?
You tell me. You're the psychic.
That's not how it works. I am a medium. I connect to your spirit guides and loved ones and pass on their messages to you.
So why did I call? Use the force, Heidi.
Look, I can get answers to any questions you ask. That's not a problem. They can be about anything: relationships, career, children, finances, anything.
Anything? Okay. What's my favourite colour?
Dave, your mom says you're being childish.
For readings with Heidi, go to angelsontheline.com.
Do you love your life? What would it be like if you did? Is there something you're ready to release and be done with? Or maybe there's something you'd like to transform or to create that's new. I'm Susan Pullen with True Radiance Healing Arts, and I'm passionate about partnering with you to make the changes you want to have a life you love. I have times available now for a private session or a personal full-day retreat with me, either in person in Edmonds, Washington, or by phone or Skype. Find me online at true-radiance.com. That's true-radiance.com, and start loving your life.
Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to So You Think You're Awake. I'm Susan Pullen. I'm with Michael Sheridan, and our show is about dreams, guidance, and healing. Our phone number is 425-373-5527. If you have a dream-related question, or you can call with questions for me about healing and changing old patterns in your life. So once again, the number is 425-373-5527. And now we'll go to some dreams that you've sent us in during the week. Okay, so we have this one from Lenny, and it's really short. She says, she titles it So Close. Please do title your dreams when you send them in, by the way. She says, I'm with dream interpreter Michael Sheridan, who has been monitoring how I interact with my dreams, and he is excited. I've been showing up in a lot of people's dreams. Like 1 week, there was just so many come in. Anyway, you were so close to making a connection in one dream. You just didn't answer a question that was posed to you. So close. A one-word answer would have done it, he says. I think about doing a dream re-entry like Susan suggested. I can't believe I was one word away from realizing something major in my dreams. So, of course, you're going to wake up from that dream and go, that's terrible. I wish I'd have done it. And I avoided the censor button there. But really, it's a good dream because even though, you didn't do the thing in the dream, it really shows major change is imminent. And it always shows up in our dreams before it happens in reality. Or it might even, be it's already started and you can see the beginnings of it in reality, and then it shows up strongly in the dreams. So it's really good, because to see it so close, to say so close, and it has nothing to do with age. A lot of people tend to think, well, maybe I should have done this before and I've missed the boat. And of course, that's not true. A lot of the times, the abilities we have, we take them with us so that we can use them when we're older, when we have a time that allows us a lot more reflection on our life and gives us a lot more wisdom and so on. But no, it's a good dream. And then we have another dream from the same dreamer, and I was scanning forward to see if I could find it. All right. Well, while you look for that, I'll just mention that if you're interested in that dream reentry, there's the show that we did on it in the archives.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's her other dream. And so this is interesting. She says, what does it say? I get confused when I hear Michael say, you are a this or you are a that, and I have no burning desire, passion, yearning, interest, etc. to be a this or a that. And she already knows what the this and that is for her, but she's still saying this or that. You would think that if I were to be a this or a that, I would feel something, maybe just a little something. I will and have pursued anything I have a burning passion for, but the this is and that's pointed out to me in my dreams just don't spark any excitement for me. Anyway, here's the purpose And she's asking any life purpose clues here. And it's called Stops Along the Way with Famous Actress. Well, straight away, the famous actress tells us it's going to be about channeling. And then the stops are interesting, saying that you've done things to block it or stop it, not pursue it. So the dream is, I have a friend who I meet on a regular basis, a person who starred regularly in a TV show but is not employed in that capacity anymore. We stop at a mailing facility, and mailing facilities are also about channeling because we get information through the mail. I have a package that has an unusual feature and it gets mailed. So the unusual feature points out that this is your unusual feature, your channeling ability. The TV show, the actress is also about channeling because actors don't say their own lines, they're told what to say. But the TV show tells us that you also have the ability to project your mind, just like the way TV is projected into our homes. Anyway, we also stop and place at... there's a typo here. We also stop at places where people are being tested for new abilities that would help in future times. One person is being tested to retain huge amounts of water in their body, and this person rides an environmentally friendly green motorcycle. Green is our colour for today, and that uses a different kind of fuel. Another person is being tested also. I don't know if these people will ever go public with their abilities. See, there's the hint. This is about you going public with your abilities and you using them. Anyway, I don't know if they go public with their abilities because the earth has to catch up with them. And now here, see if you know this one. What does the acronym TPTB mean? Because she says TPTB want to suppress these abilities from coming out. I didn't know. It's the powers that be.
Oh.
And then I felt glad that I didn't know what it meant because it means I'm not a conspiracy theorist. So the powers that be want to suppress these abilities from coming out. So it's about you suppressing your abilities from coming out, and you're retaining unusually large amounts of water, or huge amounts of water, you say. So water is going to be about spirituality. Water and blood are both about spirituality. So you're retaining it. So you have spiritual abilities that you are not letting out. Anyway, what else have we got? But here in the testing/research facility, they get a glimpse of what they and others can do. I am watching the people going through with various tests. Then we stop at one particular store we frequent all the time because they have unusual displays which include embroidery and period costume clothes worn by actresses in their roles. Okay, so this is okay. This dreamer has other past lives come into her stuff, her dreams a lot. Inside the store, my friend sees the display and goes up to it and strikes a pose, showing that she is an identically slim figure. I could have skipped this bit. As the one shown in the costume, and though it's as though the small body type dates her. I feel like telling everybody, hey, you probably know who this is. Now, note, this is the opposite of earlier where the powers that be are suppressing things. This is you saying, hey, I should point out this person. So this is about you coming out of the closet yourself and being the channel. And
her friend posing, is that about her feeling like she's posing, like she's not being, like she wouldn't be being authentic if she were? She thinks she's out of date, that it's no longer suitable to do it, or whatever is the strong feeling for her there. But she says that was what she points out about the pose, that her friend is taking the pose to show, this is something from the past. Anyway, she says, hey, you probably know who this is. And the funny thing is, I don't know her name. I draw a blank. And not knowing your name or writing your name, that's a really common thing in dreams. And that's about you knowing who you are. And again, drawing the blank is drawing a blank on who you are. But yet I know this person is recognizable to others. Would you ever work as an actress again? I ask her. No, they don't have roles for me. The studio want to go with younger people. They don't want to play the older actresses. They don't want to pay them what they are worth. Sorry. We are too expensive, she tells me. So, of course, this is a reason to not use the ability. Of course, it's the studio, but you're everything in the dream. You're also the powers that be, and so on and so on. So this is all about suppression, the people with the wisdom and so on. And then she tells me her name, Leslie Parrish. And then I remember, oh yes, I should have used this name when I was introduced to her at the store. The famous actress Leslie Parrish. Maybe next time I will introduce her, or maybe she just wants to keep her presence private. She did seem genuinely interested in the acting costumes display. So saying maybe next time I will introduce her is like, okay, I feel like, I'm retired at this point in my life, and maybe next time I'll do this is waiting for a next life to do something.
Now, there's nothing that's more of a kick in the butt than realizing that you've got that attitude. So it's a positive dream because you don't have the dreams about your abilities when they've gone past their sell-by date. So that's the first thing. So the dreamer's probably wondering, have I left it too long for whatever? And the answer is no, and there's no such thing as leaving it too long. You're always going to get something out of it. And then I looked up Leslie Parrish. She was a tidal force in the political sphere. She tried to persuade Bobby Kennedy to run for president. She worked with Leonard Nimoy in a group called Stop that she set up. That was about people using their celebrity to effect change. All during the Vietnam War and going forward. She started TV stations like C-SPAN, where they would go out into the field and bring news to people that was being suppressed by the major networks. So when you see somebody like that in your dream, it's saying what this person is capable of doing, being monumental, being a major work, a major powerhouse in affecting change for the future. And that's what she says right at the start. She mentioned something about we stop at a place where people are being tested for new abilities that will help in future times. So her thing is about, her major thing is about affecting change and bringing things into the future, bringing the future into now, you could say. So really positive dream, really showing the impact that this person can make, but also unfortunately showing the suppression she has. And now her big thing is, I don't feel the passion. Well, that's a pity. Create the passion, create the spark, light the spark. You're the one that has to do that, and then do something with that. It's not an excusable reason to not do something. But that being said, most people do nothing with their abilities. So, somebody would say to you, hey, you've got a channeling ability. Now, this person has done things, but most people will do absolutely nothing. It's like, yeah, I've been told before that I have a channeling ability. And they're never, ever going to do anything with it. And why is that? Why don't they? And a lot of it is because of society. But I can guarantee you that before you got the place that you have on the planet now, you promised the sun, moon and stars to get that place. And you said, just let me down here. I will change the planet. I promise you. And then you get here and you go, I'd love to do it, but Seinfeld's on TV. So anyway, what else we got? We have a few Facebook entries. I should have this marked. Good evening. I just want to ask help for the meaning of my dream last night. It was about that I was lost in the city. So being lost is a very common theme in dreams. It's as common as male and female energy. I was looking for the office where, of course, and the woman, that last dream, there's a woman is the friend. So it's female energy is what's required in order to get this going. And of course, it's the spark. Female energy is the spark here, or it's the passion behind things. So I was looking at the office where I'm applying, and then I took footbridges. The stairs are too steep, so it's very hard for me to get up. So I find another way to reach the office I'm looking for. So I go down the stairs. Then as I walk through the city, I've met a guy who was also from a nearby town of mine. The guy helped me to reach the office I was looking for, and as I met the guy, he feels that I am his girlfriend. He treated me that way. And hope you can help me, she says. Anyway, so this guy is a guide who is helping you get where you need to get to find yourself. And finding yourself is, again, it's what every single dream is about. And the dream, this one is really just say that your feelings of finding your path are too steep, but it's good in the dream that you find other ways around it. And of course, life is not about getting here and having an easy route to discovering yourself. It's just about getting here and discovering yourself. And most often, it's when we have the difficulty that we question and then we discover ourselves. So we don't tend to just, everything was just going great and I decided I was going to step off that path and away from all that money.
Yeah.
And figure out who I was as a poor person.
Yeah, I was so comfortable that I decided to give it all up and do something else. Yeah, that usually doesn't happen.
Not me. No. I wouldn't do it. Okay, so then we have another one. I had a few dreams where I have to write my name, address or phone number down. These are usually semi-lucid dreams, and I pay super close attention to what I write in these. In this case, and I'm not me. I recall a dream where I signed my biological birth name. I was adopted by stepdad when I was 10. And I quickly caught myself and signed my legal name right on top of it, and the two names blended together nicely. I recreated this when I woke up the next morning, and they do not blend together. Aside from feeling like I'm always struggling to be me, I haven't been able to stop wondering what else this dream could mean. Your thoughts, as always, are much appreciated. And like I said, this is the theme for every dream. It's all about discovering yourself. And writing your signature is a really common one. I have that dream, but it means you're a writer. I mean, of course, it means you're a writer because you're writing and you're trying to discover yourself through writing. And not only did you get that in the dream, the very first thing you did the next morning is you picked up a pen. So you need to write. That's how you're going to discover yourself. And your story in the dream blends. So who you were at birth, who you were biologically, and being adopted, and you say that wasn't a pleasant time for you, they blend together into making you who you are. And of course, life experience does blend us together. But you're going to do it in your writing. The blending is not in your signature, it's in your writing. So good luck with that, Erin. I know it's going to work. And of course, it's sad to say, but the difficult lives are the ones that are more interesting for the rest of us to read about, especially when we can read about what your story was.
True. So I'm looking at the clock again. Let's take a short break. Again, you're listening to So You Think You're Awake.
What if I told you that you could unlock all the secrets of your life? That you have a key that opens all the doors that seem impossible to open? A key to right now begin a new life of awareness and complete understanding. Every night you are told the secrets of the universe and your place in it. With full consciousness of what you came here to do, you embrace that knowledge. But there's a catch. The only way to keep the wisdom you've been given is to turn it into a dream so it can cross the veil into the physical world. Your dreams have all the answers to every question you've ever asked and every question you've yet to ask. Your dreams guide you back onto the path to your enlightenment. Join me, Michael Sheridan,
and me, Heidi Brooke,
on our interactive online course as we guide you through your dreams and help you to begin a new level of awareness. Over the course of just 6 weeks, I will interpret your dreams,
and I will channel your guides,
and we guarantee to put you back on your path. Visit us at dreamtrackersguide.com to contact us or learn more. That's dreamtrackersguide.com.
Hello, this is Heidi. How can I help you?
You tell me. You're the psychic.
That's not how it works. I am a medium. I connect to your spirit guides and loved ones and pass on their messages to you.
So why did I call? Use the force, Heidi.
Look, I can get answers to any questions you ask. That's not a problem. They can be about anything: relationships, career, children, finances, anything.
Anything? Okay. What's my favourite colour?
Dave, your mom says you're being childish.
For readings with Heidi, go to angelsontheline.com.
Do you love your life? What would it be like if you did? Is there something you're ready to release and be done with? Or maybe there's something you'd like to transform or to create that's new. I'm Susan Pullen with True Radiance Healing Arts, and I'm passionate about partnering with you to make the changes you want to have a life you love. I have times available now for a private session or a personal full-day retreat with me, either in person in Edmonds, Washington, or by phone or Skype. Find me online at true-radiance.com. That's true-radiance.com, and start loving your life.
Multicultural, multidimensional even. Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to So You Think You're Awake. I'm Susan Pullen. I'm with Michael Sheridan.
Hello. You said you have a class this Wednesday.
I do, yeah. This Wednesday on creativity and divine inspiration. So it's on using the creative process to get into flow and connect with spirit. And so I'm very excited about that. It's just a 2-hour Wednesday evening up in Arlington. And then I also have a class coming up September 17th on handling fear and anxiety, which is a topic I'm passionate about because a lot of people wrestle with those things. And that's in Edmonds. And both of those are on my website at true-radiance.com.
Perfect. So creativity classes scare me. So
Really?
I'd have to do your fear class first, and then I could do your creativity class.
So it doesn't...
Yeah, when somebody says, okay, we're going to journal or we're going to draw, and oh, right. Yeah.
I make it very accessible, truly. It's for all levels of skill, and you don't have to identify as a creative person.
I'm telling you,
very...
if I was drawing, you'd begin by taking away the paints and giving me markers, and then you'd take them away and give me crayons.
No,
it would
I
be a regression.
I do start with crayons. I start with crayons because it's more fun and it's less pressure, and it's the focus is on the process of being in the creative process and in the fun of it, and not on making a masterpiece. So
you stick your tongue out just like a child and grip the crayon too hard and dive in.
Yep. Yeah. There's something about, the smell of the wax of the crayons. I think it just takes you back. So I see we have a caller on the line. Mary, hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, you have a question for us or a dream?
I do. I have a dream that I've had before, maybe a year ago, and then maybe 5 years before that. And it is, I look up into the sky, and it's really a beautiful sky, either kind of blue-gray or blue. And then there are warships coming through the sky. It's spectacular, and I think, oh my goodness, somebody's attacking America. And the last dream was the same thing, and I just remember the colors were pale blue. It was really very pretty, but it was really spooky that the attack planes were coming. And then there was a boat, a beautiful boat all of a sudden appeared, and it was being rowed by some young man, and just from right to left across the screen. And I'm thinking, what is this up in the sky? And am I seeing a portal? Is there a portal opening up to me? And there was a spooky kind of fear, but not. It was bewilderment and wonder.
Okay, so the line wasn't great, so I'm going to repeat parts of it, and there's a bit of it I didn't get. But basically, you're looking up into the sky and you see crafts, spaceships, I presume. Is it spaceships, like they're from another world coming?
Well, yeah, it's more like, yes, a war. I'm not sure whether it's another world or another nation.
Okay.
It's just so real.
And they're pale blue, and they look really nice, even though they're attacking America.
Yeah. Well, the sky is pale blue, and then there's some clouds going by, almost like chemtrails, but clouds going by, and then these things appear. I saw a video game just a couple of days. That was the very first video game I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's like, whoa. It was almost like this video game.
Okay, but you said you've had this type of dream a few times. So the obvious one, the one reason we can have dreams, and it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be in your case, one of the reasons we can have dreams of people attacking us or getting a virus on your computer and so on, or dreaming about a problem with the fireplace and the flue is missing, that sort of thing, can be because we're getting a virus ourselves, or that our body's under attack. And it's just about a regular illness, like, a cold or whatever happens to be a head cold. And they show up in our dreams. They show up almost always in our dreams beforehand. And the one with the flu missing is when you're getting the flu, and the dream, of course, takes the flu away as an antidote to you getting it. So you rule out that then, and you will know because you would have gotten ill shortly after the dream, almost woken up ill. So is that the case?
No, I'm extremely healthy.
Okay,
I'm over
perfect.
70 years old, and I've never been to a doctor since the children were born. That was like 2 years ago. No.
Yeah. If you were here, I'd touch your robe. So the reason I didn't think it would be yours is because you're looking up at these things. So it's a positive thing. Anything that's above eye level in a dream is usually a positive. Not usually. It's always a positive. But we might perceive it as not a positive. So in your case, you're perceiving it as something that isn't as positive as it actually really is positive. So the dream puts it above eye level so that you have to look up to it or in other words, respect it. And so it's like something that's causing you to question, because you say it's attacking America, and if you're American, then that's going to be about attacking your identity, So it'll be like new thoughts. Like if you read a book that really makes you think, or you have a debate with somebody or an argument with somebody. Not so much argument. This would be more like a friendly thing and something that's getting in, but it's causing you to question and change your mind about things. But these would be like philosophical, not, a specific thing in your life. But it's coming in and it's a positive. And it just shows up in a dream as, it doesn't really settle yet, but it will settle. And it's absolutely fine. And the pale blue sky as a colour is a good one, but it asks you to have a lighter philosophy of life with regard to whatever it is. So whatever the thing is, it's something that you possibly have had a pessimistic view of, that, even if it's something that you'd say, it could be positive, but people never use it in a positive way, that sort of thing. But, so it doesn't have to be as heavy as it can get, but it's just something that you've been asked to lighten up on. And then you said something about a man rowing a boat across a stream. Was he doing that in the sky or on the ground?
It was in the sky, and the sky, it was water then. He was rowing this boat, and it's like, it was just water, not a stream.
Okay.
Across the screen of my dream.
Yeah. So we know it's definitely about something spiritual because of the water in the dream. And then rowing the boat across it's like this is an individual journey. He's doing it on his own. He's the only one in the boat. Like it's a personal boat. So it's going to be about you having, because we're talking about male and female energy, it's going to be about you having the confidence to follow that journey or follow his lead, you could say, even though he represents you in the dream. So it's showing you're capable of doing this, no problem doing this. But you still have to do it. It's going to take male energy to do it. Now, we don't know what it is. Hopefully you can figure it out.
It's shed some light on what's been happening in my social life and my spiritual life.
Perfect. But it's a really good dream, so even though it seems almost apocalyptic, not quite, but, because there's an attack, because of the way it's shown in the dream, it's showing this is really positive, even though you would perceive it as a negative. Is that okay?
Well, was Heidi about to say something?
No, Heidi's not with us this week unless Susan has something on it, which she often does, but she bites it. Heidi is with us next week.
Okay. Well, was Susan about to say something?
I was just noticing the portal opening up in the sky also. Your sense that like maybe there was a portal opening up. And that also seems like a very positive...
absolutely. Yeah. Are you doing work to try activate some spiritual connection?
I'm hoping not to.
Okay, now we see the conflict.
Yeah.
So, do you want to share it?
Well, I've been in this metaphysical thing since I was a child, and as I said, I'm over 70. So I mean, my family was all into this stuff. And so I've been really into it. And then again, it was like, oh, my gosh, you little guys are letting people get sick and die just because you believe in all this stuff, metaphysical stuff. Yeah. So I've been in and out of it. And a few months ago, I met a young lady who seemed to be spiritually on the same path. So it's social spiritual. And the other day, she attacked me, probably about the time of this dream, just before or after, with me being passive-aggressive because I said she shouldn't be calling men cockroaches coming out of the woodwork. And I just said, I don't think that's in your best interest to be calling men cockroaches. And so she attacked me for being passive-aggressive and being mean to her and stuff like, oh, wow, I know it's no sense to be dealing with people who are passive-aggressive and call me that.
Yes,
I'm a therapist, so I kind of know that passive-aggressive thing, it's just hardly any winning.
There isn't. But you say you're a therapist, so you'll have a bigger handle on this than most. And it's interesting, though, you see a man in your dream in a very positive light, which matches what you were saying to her, that some people are in a spaceship or an aircraft and he's in a boat and he's still going across the sky. But thank you very much for your dream, and thanks for sharing the background to it. It's always interesting to see how they match up.
Well, thank you very much because, you helped me to see it. You helped me clarify. I appreciate that very much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, Mary.
So,
you're a great team.
Thanks
you. Thanks a lot. You can call anytime.
Thank you.
So we're how much time have we got left, Eric? 1 minute.
Oh yeah. Okay.
do I have anything I could possibly do in a minute? No. I could start to sing a song.
You're so funny. There was one thing we didn't talk about with the male and female, which is you just touched on it, that there are certain spiritual gifts that work primarily through female energy, and those would be intuition, leadership. Do you want to?
Yes, yeah. Counseling, like the last caller. So if you're a therapist and work with people, counseling requires an open and compassionate heart, which is all female energy. So to be non-judgmental, to be able to sort of judge people would require female energy. To be able to stay objective, and it's very hard. It's very, very hard to be that way. And so people practice it before they're born. It's not something you can attain while you're here. You have to have it. And then male energy would be used for spiritual healing, hands-on healing, where you're projecting energy into other people, or absent healing, anything that's to do with you projecting. And I suppose that's about all we can cover here. There are more, of course.
Yeah.
But I suppose we'll wrap it there.
All right. So remember, you can get contact details for us and archives of the previous shows on dream-analysis.com. Thanks to our producer and engineer, Eric Ryder. Thanks to my co-host, Michael Sheridan. Thanks for listening, and I'm Susan Pullen. Until next week, sometimes when you lose your way, you find yourself.